I think we're live. We're live. Hello, everybody. This is Sound Booth Theater Live, and today we have a very special uh, set of requests. I keep forgetting to get all these things up and ready for us, so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Let's see here. Gotta go. So our first request for the night will be a mage prepared. And I'll go ahead and screen share here so that you can see. Um, that you can see this cover. This guy is all magic-y and urban fantasy-y with his tattoo wings and shit. Sorry, guys. I was just checking to see if Thomas Whipple will be joining us. I did send him a link. I sent him a Google Hangouts link, so he may or may not join us. Kevin Just Us, good to see you. And M Night Eyes, how's it going? It's good to see you as well. Why do I keep doing that? So yeah, what we have here, it looks like a LitRPG urban fantasy. Oh, hello.
Hello.
There's Annie. She will be joining us at least for the Bloodninja stuff.
Just let me know when you need me.
Will do. And let's see. And there's gnats. There's fruit flies in my house. They won't stop. They hate me or they love me. Which one would it be? I don't know. So let's see. That's our first. Our first request is a mage prepared. Our second request will be. Where'd it go? I Hate Being Wed in a Fantasy World. This is a book by Kevin Justus, kentusrpg on Royal Road. And I believe he's in the chat right now. So thanks again, Kevin, for requesting again. He'll be joining us in the Google Hangout after the first request. And let's see. What's our next? Our third request is going to be Bloodninja, the Saga of Bloodninja. This is now it doesn't have a fancy cover or anything because it's just like a collection of all these different chats. I think this is pretty old. I think this is kind of a classic troll of this guy who liked to go to chat rooms that were for cyber sex and then just completely fucking with people. And Annie and I did do some reading of that this morning, and it's amazing. It's going to be hilarious. So when she comes in, I'll have her come in for that. And then our last request, actually, it's not really even a request. This is a brand new thing we've never done on Sound Booth Theater Live before. It's revolutionary. It's innovative. We will have Armen Taylor, the narrator, coming on the show with us, and also the author of the new book, The Barrow King, CM Carney. So basically, what's going to happen is CM Carney is going to tell us about the book, and then Armen Taylor is going to narrate a portion of it, and then I'll be backing him up with just a few character voices, I believe. So you'll get to meet Armen, and yeah, that'll be a lot of fun, I'm sure. Maybe we'll get Annie in for a female character if there is one. We'll see. But anyway, thanks again for joining us. If you have never watched this show before, thank you doubly for joining us. And if you enjoy the show, make sure to subscribe, like the video, share it even if you liked it enough. And yeah, I guess we're gonna get started here with what was it called again? A Mage Prepared. All right, here we go. We gotta find it in my tree. Princess of Curse of Herlig, Dan the Barbarian. I think he requested a while back. So I gotta kind of dig a little bit. Milton. There we go. Found it. Uh-oh. Voladaire. I'm guessing that might be Thomas Whipple. I'm not. It looks like his audio is muted. Damn. Get out of here, these damn fruit flies, guys. And here's the thing that really pisses me off is there's like 2 of them that have camped out in my booth in particular. And because there's like no room in here, I can't smash, you know, because my arms can't find a good spot to get there fast enough. So annoying. Okay, so looks like Voladaire is having issues. So he hopefully he'll. Sorry, no audio. Okay. So if he figures it out, I'll just have him interrupt me. No problem. Okay, so book is in first person through the eyes of the MC, Voladaire. Oh, okay. Well, then that would make sense why his name would be Voladaire on here. He's a 26-year-old man. Zia is a 6-year-old girl with a cute, high-pitched voice fitting her age. Azaria is an adult female high elf. It would be rude to ask her age, with a musical voice. All right, so we have 2 female characters here. I don't know. See, I don't know if Annie wants to do those characters or not. We'll leave her alone. I can deal with them. She's gonna be doing a lot of narrating today. And she's already. I got him! Bam! I got him. I'm a fly catcher. Okay. Let's see here. I'm like the Karate Kid in this motherfucker. What did Charles say on my post? Damn it. Where was my invite? Well, you're a jerk, Charles. Gonna complain about not getting an invite. Wow, why are you in my booth? What the fuck are you doing? She has never come in here and hung out before. What do you want, Lau? She has been harassing me all day about something. I don't know. Maybe Timmy's stuck in a well. Oh, shit. One more thing. I need to get a glass for a drink. This Sound Booth Theater Live is sponsored by iced tea. It's a little too sweet because it comes with rock sugar in it. All right, here goes. With my smelly dog in my booth. A Mage Prepared by Thomas Whipple. It was getting dark as we descended the hill, helping to keep our movements concealed from those in the camp. And I'm just basing this voice off the guy on the cover. This is just the impression I'm getting off of him. And he looks like one of these kind of magicians, you know? Behind the last few trees at the bottom of the hill, I link with Thea briefly to get a look at the camp and the placement of their forces. Through her eyes, I can see that they are starting to set up small cook fires. They are still mostly occupied with setting up the last tents and preparing an evening meal. No one is close to the wagons at first, but then a soldier that is sipping from a flask and stumbling a little heads that way. Excuse me. I raise my fist in the signal we agreed to earlier for hold. Watching the man stumble over to the wagons, I get a bad feeling, and I know he's up to something when he heads behind the wagon in the back. He doesn't want his fellow soldiers to see, then it's definitely nothing I want to happen. This could be a good opportunity, though. I give everyone a signal to move forward slowly. We can see the soldier now, since he is on the side we are. He is talking to the prisoners and gesturing at the women in the cage. Facing away from us and not paying attention as he speaks allows us to get close enough to hear what he says. All right, so this looks like some kind of uh grab some grab some fruit and destroy it. That'll show. Oh, I see. The tea people, yeah. They'll be pissed. Oh, wait, the flies. The flies is what you're talking about. Yeah, that will definitely scare them away if I destroy fruit in front of them. Okay, so I'm gonna assume this is like a fantasy world. Again, if I look at the cover, go ahead and screen share one more time at the risk of falling into the abyss. Ah! A mage prepared. So, I mean, this looks like a fantasy setting and not an urban fantasy setting. Hold on, let's read this. Sorry, I forgot to read the synopsis. Yanked across the universe to the land of Herst, Voladair must learn his place in it, or carve out one for himself. It is a world of swords and sorcery, slavery, and violence. Here, actions have consequences, and often might is right. Vol must build his strength to survive against those that wish for his fall. If he fails, all he works for could be taken, along with those he comes to care for. Okay, so it doesn't say that it's urban fantasy. Um, so we're just gonna assume it's regular ass fantasy. Ah! Okay. Harrow! You're our property now. You will do what we say, or we will beat it into you, he is telling them. I have heard enough, though. I wave the rouges forward, and they stealth. He probably means rogues. I wave the rogues forward, and they stealth, moving to the sides and toward the drunk soldier. To me, their forms get all misty and indistinct before I lose track of them with my eyes. I still know where they are, though, and I think it is part of the party system. When they are close, I point to Azaria, and she lets loose an arrow that nails the soldier in the back of the neck. His voice immediately cuts out from her silent shot, or maybe because he has an arrow in the neck. I can't be sure. The women he was just talking to in the cage catch on quickly, and when he stumbles into the bars, they hesitate for only a second before they grab him and hold him in place. It won't be dead last this time, though, Danny, because we have our guest Armen Taylor coming in. He will be last. Okay, he didn't die from the critical hit, by Azaria, probably because he's level 18. Doesn't matter, because the two rogues appear next with a total of 4 daggers now buried in the human's back. He goes limp, and the rogues kick his body under the wagon to conceal it in the tall grass that is all over the little valley. One rogue stays to unlock this wagon, while the other heads to the next one in order to start on its lock. Walking up, I lean in close to the wagon and whisper to the captives, "Don't leave the cage right away when he finishes unlocking it. We need to unlock all 3 wagons, and then we will all move at once. I need you to be quiet and quickly move to the tree line. Grondar has people at the top of the hill. There will be a distraction, and all of us here will cover your retreat." Waiting for them to acknowledge that they understand, I then move on to the other 2 cages to say the same thing. At the last one, I see Zia, and At the last one, I see Zia, and Durrell steps forward to. Oh, wait. At the last one, I see Zia. At the last one, I see Zia, and Durrell steps forward to hug her through the bars and quiet her down so that she doesn't give us away. After being comforted by her father for a minute, she looks to me and says quietly, and this is who again? Zia is the 6-year-old girl.
Hi, Vol. These humans don't care if I am ripe or not.
I have to literally clamp my hands over my mouth to stop the laugh that was about to escape. No, honey, they don't. Doesn't matter though, because I already claimed you, and anyone who wants to take you has to go through me. That's why we are here. Now, our stealthy friend over there is done with the lock and we're about to move. Go with your father when we open the cage. He's going to lead everyone to safety while we hold the bad men off. Looking over to Durrell, I can see that he is hesitant to leave us here, but his daughter is with the group he will be leading. Just then, I get a message mentally from Thea. There are a couple soldiers heading this way. Okay, so who is Thea then? Stealth around the wagon here and move up behind the 2 soldiers that are heading for the other gap, I tell the 2 rogues, pointing at the gap between the last 2 wagons. Durrell, you get these people moving. Now. Azaria, silence the one on the left when the rogues attack, and I have the one on the right. With that, Durrell opens the cages. Thank you, whoever oils the slave cage hinges, and the freed captives all start heading to the trees. A couple seconds later, and the 2 soldiers I was warned about come around the corner. Lau is like laying here at attention. She's like waiting for me to acknowledge that she wants something and that I'm going to give it to her. So weird. Very strange behavior today. I am hiding behind the wagon on the right, and Azaria the one on the left, so I get a good look at the soldier's face when he gets to see what is happening. It goes from bored to alarmed in a split second, and he opens his mouth to yell. I hear the thunk of an arrow to my left, and I am already mid-swing with my staff. I see my enemy's eye go from alarm to pain and know that the rogue did his job. My staff connects with the soldier's temple, but it only cuts off the pained scream the man let out. It was brief, only a fraction of a second, but Thea is already telling me that the camp is alerted. The jig is up now, so while the pair of rogues finish off the soldiers here, I step into the gap of the wagons. When Thea tells me a group is headed here to investigate, I start throwing fireballs into camp. I hear the screams I was expecting, but not that the fireballs weren't good enough. I hear bowstrings twang from behind and a clash of metal coming from the camp. Looks like my allies got the signal. I cast fog in the area to cover the escape and to help deal with the incoming enemies. A second after doing so, I can see 3 soldiers enter the fog spell and the rogues start to circle around them. They are a couple swordsmen and a knight like the one that gave us trouble at the village. Azaria starts firing at one of the swordsmen, and I cast a lightning spell at the other. The one I hit freezes up from the golden arc of electricity, and the rogues close on them. The knight is in the middle, and he raises his shield when he sees one of the rogues attack my target. When he turns and lowers his stance, I can tell that he is going to shield bash the rogue. Acting quickly, I hit the knight with Buffet to knock him off balance. I think it only works because he turned and I hit his exposed side. With how heavy he is in that armor and his strength, he still only takes a step back, but it allows the rogue to back off into the cover of my spell. Fog is the perfect cover for the rogues to work in, so I leave the swordsman to them. I can feel Thea coming in to assist me, and I get a warning from her that the captain we observed earlier is heading our way. Learning from the previous fight with the knight, I launch another lightning spell while Thea hits him with her new chain lightning. The spell jumps to the other 2 enemies, but the knight gets a general direction for me from the attack and starts rushing toward me. I start moving out of his path to the right, and I cast an earth wall in his way close enough that he can't avoid it in his headlong charge. I get to the side just as he crashes into the wall. The wall cracks from the power of his collision, but holds, and the knight bounces back a step. Seeing him off balance from the stopped charge, I cast an earth spike into his side to knock him off balance more. Thea has been peppering him with zap since he moved away from the other, and I hit him in the side with another lightning spell. The combined attacks knock him down, and he is struggling to get up with the shield and heavy armor, so I decide to try something. Focusing on my earth-shaped spell, I force the ground around him to encase one of his feet, condensing the earth into stone. I have enough time to create one shackle to hold him while Thea and I start pouring on the lightning. When the knight finally gets up but can't free his left leg, he looks down. A moment after, his other leg glows briefly before he raises it and stomps down on the ground next to the earth that is binding him. The ground at impact shatters, releasing him from my spell and giving him the chance to charge at me again. At this point, he is down below 25% health, but still kicking and headed my way. I start to step to the side again and cast an earth wall like before, but this time goes differently than last time. Just before the wall can obscure him from my vision, I see his shield take on a whitish glow like his foot did earlier, the glow of a skill activation. Right after the wall is up, it explodes back at me and the knight comes stumbling through. Luckily for me, the increased proficiency of my magic has allowed me to keep my buffs and barrier up longer, and for the pieces of my wall bounce off the protections I have. Okay. I use Buffet again to try and get some distance, but he just leans into it and steps forward after weathering the spell. He takes a swing at me with the warhammer he is holding, and I have to use the mana shield ability from my staff to block it. He hammers on the disk of mana that appears between us a couple of times, but I am not idle during this. After the third blow, one of the rogues appears behind him and is able to dig his daggers into a gap in the armor just under the breastplate. Using the sudden distraction, I release the mana shield and push a charged-up lightning spell through the staff. The knight catches the rogue, who stabbed him with a reflexive backhanded swing of the spike on the back of the hammer's head, only to take my overcharged spell right in the face. The knight falls on his back to the loud clap of thunder and moves no more. That's a terrible way to say that. How did you guys let me say that way? It's ridiculous. Just silly. The knight falls on his back to the loud clap of thunder and moves no more. I use identify to make sure he is done, then go to check on the rogue that was hit. He is bleeding from the swing that hit him in the side, but he still has half his health and the bleeding isn't too bad. I still reach into my storage space and hand him a potion. He takes it and the bleeding comes to a stop. At that point, Azaria comes up beside me and points her new dagger at the rogue while casting a healing spell on him. Looking at them and the other rogue that shows up, I tell them, the captain is coming and he is bound to be dangerous. He should be here any second. No doubt I will need all of you in order to have a chance. Are you all ready? They all nod with determination to my grim statement. That is when a naked woman walks up. Thinking she is an enemy or something, I immediately used Identify on her. Okay. Timber, female direwolf, level 12, Vanguard, HP 99%. At that moment, I notice the only thing she is wearing. It is the necklace I gave her. But I look back up to her face because it is in a rather distracting place. on the mature woman. She's about 5'10" with wolf ears on top of her head and a tail with fur the same color as her coat. As a dire wolf, she has the same bright blue eyes and skin that looks like it has a healthy tan. She is very attractive, and it is making me uncomfortable. So I shake off my surprise and hand her a set of my clothes out of storage so that she can cover up. She looks at me, and then at the clothes. This whole time, Azaria is trying to stop from laughing at my surprise and then how uncomfortable I am. Finally, she takes pity on me and explains what is happening here. Who is this? Azaria.
Beast companions can take on a humanoid form when they reach a certain level. It is up to the companion how they distribute talent points, so some take the option and others don't. My guess is that she took it with the last level you obtained. It isn't something that she can maintain indefinitely until she puts a few more talent points into it.
After saying that, she helps Timber with the clothes while I stand there dumbfounded. This new development is something I was not expecting at all. Hey, Zarya? When I have her attention, I continue. What is a Vanguard class? She looks confused for a second, then understanding dawns in her eyes.
It isn't a class, really, just a little description of her build. Beast companions don't have classes like we do. She is a frontline fighter, and she is a frontline fighter, and so she will be focused on things in her talent tree that will allow her to be like that. It is much like the knights we fought, but with more speed and dodging.
Oh, nope, get out of here. There we go. The two rogues moved off while we were talking to prepare for the captain, and I can hear them take out a couple soldiers that were coming from the left. There were a few shouts that were abruptly cut off, and there isn't any movement in their health, so it must have been some kind of assassination skill that they used. I rushed over to the swordsman that looks like it had the I rushed over to the swordsman who looked like he had I rush over to the swordsman that who looks like he has the best armor and I rush over to the swordsman that looks like he has the best armor and start taking off the leather. Help me get this off and then onto Timber. Quickly. Azaria complies and starts putting the pieces I take off onto Timber. There is leather armor for her chest, shoulders, thighs, and forearms. She also gets the boots that fit her from the other, slightly smaller swordsman. Last, I grab the shield and hammer that the knight was using and ask Timber, "Can you use these?" She nods and gives me a beautiful smile before taking them from me. Glad I didn't remember to sell everything I didn't need. I pull out the skill book we found during our trip to kill the corpse driver beetle queen. I don't know if she can use the shield projection skill book, but I hand it to her anyway. To my surprise, she takes it right away and opens it. Just like anyone else, the process starts with glowing pages that turn on their own, and she finishes learning it right before the captain enters my fog spell's effective area. Thea is still watching from overhead, and Timber takes a few practice swings with her new hammer. She looks like she is getting used to the shield and hammer quickly. We all spread out in the fog and get ready for the captain to arrive. We don't have to wait long. Azaria moves to my left, and I go to the right. Timber stands in the middle as the captain walks toward her into the fog. The rogues are stealthed once again, so I don't know where they are exactly, but I feel like they are closing in on the captain. I recast buffs on myself and give Timber haste, as well as recasting fog since it is starting to dissipate. Captain Brock Harkinson, male human, level 20, swordsman, duelist, HP 100%. As the sounds of the battle continue, the captain gets within range for me to use Identify, and what I see worries me. He is wearing leather armor with metal studs. He is wearing spuds spaced everywhere. He is wearing leather armor with metal studs spaced all over. He is also carrying a thin rapier as a weapon. The choice of weapon and his duelist subclass has me thinking he is a speed-based fighter. When he gets to about the center of the fog, he stops. He takes a few seconds to look around, and he seems to be able to locate us through the shroud of magical fog. "I can tell you are there," he calls out to us. "You can't hide from me like this. Give up now and I won't kill you. You will be slaves, but it's better than dying, right?" After a few seconds, where no one says anything, he reaches to his waist and draws his sword. All right. So that was A Mage Prepared by Thomas Whipple. Again, you can go pick this up on in the Amazon store. It's on Kindle right now. Like $4. I don't think it's Kindle Unlimited. Nope. But yeah, if you liked what you heard from it, you can check the description of the YouTube video and you can find the link to the Kindle page or to the Kindle version there. So thank you, Thomas Whipple, for requesting that. It's a bummer you weren't able to join us on in the Google Hangout. Maybe if you request another one another time, you can join us that time. But anyway, let's move on to Kevin Justice's book on Royal Road. Let me find Kevin Justice. There he is. There's the Hangout, Kevin. Let me find it. Should be at the top, I think. Here it is. I hate being wed in a fantasy world. So there he is. Kevin Justice is with us. He is a gerbil, as you can see. Is that a gerbil or is it a hamster? What's the difference?
Morning, Jeff.
Yes. Is it? Do you have the camera on? It looks very dark. Where you like comically dark. Are you?
Yes. Camera's on, but I've put something in front of there.
Oh, okay. Well, if you wanna not use video, you can just turn the camera off in the Google Hangout, and that'll help.
Yeah, last time it was off. Well,
because it'll just save you bandwidth if you turn off the camera. Because we can hear you, and you can just keep the audio on. It should be just right at the top. You'll see a camera with a line through it.
Here. This one.
Yeah, there we go. And then we get your hamster picture instead of the creepy blackness. So, Kevin, thank you so much for requesting again. And you got voted in again. So people apparently really like your stuff. The people who watch this, at least. So could you give us a little rundown of the book?
Of course. Well, it's a bit of a strange one. It was like I've read so many things similar to it, so LitRPG and some comedic harem comedy stuff, but at some point I was really annoyed by all of that. So these little things, and then I thought, who am I to complain? Then because it's a lot of work to write a book, and therefore I just started writing to say yes, at least I can complain now. And this is the first time I wrote more than 20 pages, and it kept on and on. Yes, so this is more like the idea that it's not good to be in a fantasy world, because medieval fantasy or medieval times in history, well, lacking in hygiene. Then of course there are no water toilets.
Right.
So therefore you have to think about that. Then all the spice and stuff is really expensive if even available. And then the other thing is, I wanted my protagonist to be a gamer, but not the charismatic one, more like the guy in class. You know he's a loner, you don't want to have to do much with that person, because really crude, really really unfriendly. And yes, and more or less it's the story about this loner who somehow happens to be in a fantasy world, meeting all the girls he doesn't have a good compatibility to at first sight, while each of them somehow does complement him in a way.
Okay, so yeah, I actually I actually saw some reviews of your book on Royal Road, and one of the main complaints from people was that your main character is such a dick.
He's supposed to be.
Yeah, and apparently his main waifu there is that her like in the picture? Like apparently she's a snotty person as well, so it's just kind of horrible people all the time talking to each other.
The two of them are certainly a bit rather on the worst side. It's Kenta and Kyo. And why Kenta is Alona, the unpopular boy, she's more or less the very superficial girl.
Huh.
But so in a sense, they're both similar but very different from each other as well.
Right. Okay, so can you tell us now you've got, it looks like 5 parts to this book already? I mean, how many words do you think you have total on Royal Road for this series?
I can tell you that shortly. This would be then. Here it is. It's 30, 40, and 334,000 words.
Wow. Okay, so that's a lot. That's like, wow, that's at least, 3 or 4 books, Kindle books worth of material. So are you thinking about publishing anytime soon, or are you going to stick
Currently, it's not a good time.
Not currently is not a good time, but is that a plan for your future?
I hope I can stop being lazy then as well.
Cool.
There
Well,
are other reasons, but I could work in advance, but I'm more concerned right now about the 3 parts because I like writing.
yeah. Cool. Well, yeah, if anyone who is interested in this book, especially, after I'm done, if you like what I did with it, you can check for the Royal Road Legends link in the description of this video, and we're going to get started here. So, what can you tell us a little bit about this scene that you requested for today?
Yeah, last time it was more a bit of the exploration and the slice of life bits. This time it's more about a bit of action and suspense. One of the most praised battle scenes, in fact, so far. It's from Volume 4. That's when Kenter and the rest of and his wives are more or less always seeing or they're noticing that they are followed and not exactly knowing who they are at first. And after a small encounter before, they learned they're mercenaries out there, but he doesn't know why exactly they are being chased. And yes, the scene begins where he was isolated from his wives and then was captured.
Okay. All right. So here it goes. I don't remember exactly how I did their voices for the first one. I have so many projects I'm always working on, but I'll do my best, and you can feel free to interrupt me if you think I can do better with a certain person's voice. Okay. So we got
But this part, it's mainly about Kenta and some others, but not his wives.
Okay, so Kenta, we haven't. He or she, what was it?
He.
Kenta is he? Okay. Okay.
Katsuragi Kenta.
Oh, the main character. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So here I'm gonna get started.
Volume 4, Chapter 4-2. And I just let me know if I'm getting the voice right for him. This is first person. I'm now a prisoner of the mercenaries. My weapons and backpack were taken, and I was bound with a rope. They didn't even wonder about the seemingly empty backpack, so they know that I'm a hero. Damn it. The Hynor, the half-canine, half-other beast person, carries the body of his killed companion, while the Alpha woman has the end of my rope in her hand. They lead me about 2 kilometers, about 1.25 miles, behind a slope. About 50 mercenaries are here. Most of them are Hynors, followed by humans, and the icing is the Alpha woman and a small, hazelnut-skinned man with short fingers, large feet, and kinky bronze hair. The face is broad, and the eyes are big, same as the lips. That's a folk man. I saw some before in Feuerberg once. Feuerberg?
Feuerberg.
Feuerberg.
It's German.
Okay.
It's as much
Feuerberg.
like Fire Mountain.
Okay. Gotcha. Where'd it go? I saw some before in Feuerberg once. You'd call that a halfling or something like that in games. He grins at me with too many teeth, and his wide face and angular ears are twitching. He seems to be the leader of the squad. Welcome! Kenta, right? I suppose that Yargul's death is your doing, right? Oof! The folksman... Okay. So he's alright, he's pissed. Let me try that line again. Welcome! Kenta, right? I suppose that Yargul's death is your doing, right? Ugh! The folksman punches me in the stomach. Even if he's less than half as tall as I, his fist is hard and merciless as steel. Folksmen are known to be extraordinarily strong. I fall to my knees and he grabs me by the throat. Now, asshole! We're only after that blonde girl. How do you pronounce her name? Rhine or Renee?
Rine.
Rina. We're
From
only after
Katharina.
that. Right, okay. We're only after that blonde girl, Rine. He throws me to the ground and kicks me in the side. And from what I know, you'll be a good hostage to exchange. That Rina girl won't abandon you. So they knew that much. Yet it looks like Corio introduced her as Rine to the to the mercs. Sorry. Okay. You don't know, right? Know what? That girl is royalty. From which country? Feuerberg. Katharina von Stolzerz. Their crown princess. Do you have anything else to say? Of course, he won't trust my words. Just like always. The folksman turned to his subordinates. We take the whole squad, but only half will enter the forest. I want some of our scouts to look out for traps. The decision was quickly made. The preparations as well. Those are mercenaries for you. They're professionals. Kenta! Don't even try to escape, the folksman warns me. Our company is already on its way here, and we're coming from all sides. We know that you're within this sector. Iratus told me that you're a ranger and that you might be able to slip through, but just on your own. We'll get your companions, so be nice and let us capture Yorine. Then you and your other associates may leave. I just nod, but take a look at my weapons that the Alpha woman carries. Spear, bow, quiver, knife, backpack. Her ears are rising, a sign of her amusement, while she distributes them between the other mercenaries. She's taunting me. Or she just thought of a dirty joke, but working with other races for a while made her learn that she should not say them out loud. Of course, they have no trouble to find our tracks. Also, their scouts find the traps I set up as well. Everything is going very smoothly for them. They have no problems at all. It takes them time to avoid some of the obstacles, but I had hoped for more. Bear traps, snares, glue traps, and more. Each one is found. I have been especially proud about that one trap that would let heavy branches fall from a tree, but that's also not triggered. Strange. One of the Hynor scouts sniffs at the ground. It stinks. I can't find a scent trail. From the tracks, I can tell that they waited here for a while, but... He looks around that place that looks like a random spot deep inside the forest. I can't see them. The tracks that the human girls would have left behind. But for some reason, there are some sods. I kick the ground hard, right on one of these sods. In each of them was a smoke bomb, and I've just detonated one, which stirs up white fumes. Entangle! I use it on a tree. The branches are grappling me, lifting me up. Same goes for the alpha woman, who still holds the rope, but she let it go, either because of surprise or suspicion. Nonetheless, step 1 is a success. Hide, smell, and mask of wildlife, additionally, wild eyes. Damn it, the alpha woman also used mask of wildlife. Except for her, I can roughly feel the positions of each mercenary by their spirits. I dispel my entangle spell and land on a branch. Even without arms, I'm used to fighting in forests enough now that I won't fall. That easily. Plus, on that branch is another thing I prepared. Fire bombs. Entangle! As I only need my spirit capabilities, I don't need my arms to make this spell happen. The branches grow and move to entangle a mercenary, but while they do so, they let the bombs placed on them fall. Bam, 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 bam! Good thing that Arasan won't know about this, since flames and explosions will take a toll on... these trees, but I have no time to worry about that. I had already jumped to another branch. I need to retreat. For now, to get the time to unbind myself. After charging back and forth between pikeman and student, the rope was loose enough to get out with a last class change into ranger. This really hurts. Since you try to grow into a restraining device, the rope cuts into your flesh while you have trouble getting any air. But now I'm free. Still, I have to return to the supplies. I put 2 cachets here, with 1 HP potion, 1 SP potion, 1 simple knife, and a cold medicine at each. I couldn't know if I have the time to pick them up, but just to be sure, I still placed them. Being captured was within the error margin, but now I have to get my stuff back. I gulped down the cold medicine to make sure that it won't return mid-fight this time. Only a knife for this battle, huh? Wait, battle? No, more like a hunt. I'm a solo player, and they're now in my farming grounds. Mask of wildlife, hide smell. I need to conserve my resources here. And I want that alpha woman. I see some of them. They're looking for me. One of them has some burns. I hear others that try to evacuate the ones which were badly hurt by the fire bombs. Better check the wounded ones. No alpha there. But a folksman, who carried 2 of the Hynors all by himself. Just why are these little suckers so strong? Entangle! I commend the folksman for throwing his companions out of the way before all 3 of them got grabbed by the branches of the surrounding trees. However, that was his last deed. I rushed forward and slit his throat. Yoink! Taking the dagger, which was on his belt. The folkman's main weapon, a mace, would be too unfamiliar to wield. Attacking someone ends Mask of Wildlife, so I recast it. The mercenaries, which were accompanying the wounded, just realized what happened. That's how fast it went. Plus, they can't see me anymore. They look at me, but overlook me since I messed with their perception by blending in with the spirits of the forest. Aw, N.E. Reaver, I always seem to be heading to work when you go live. Sorry, man. You must be... Are you in the UK? Mm-hmm. Overnights, I see.
Oh, here we go.
Run! Some of the retreaters screams in panic. A human. The Hynors are calmer, but don't hesitate. That guy's a ghost! Well, thank you, I guess. Where to go? Where to go? Someone who just appears, kills, and vanishes, a pretty scary guy. I use my wild eyes, trying to figure out where the alpha woman is, but she has the same advantage as me in this forest, using Mask of Wildlife to counter it. Then it comes down to individual skills, I guess. I just need to get closer. Or I just get targeted by an entangle, and this time it's not grass, but thick branches. Entangle! I use it on the same branches, which causes them to move in strange ways, and use my pure strength to break through the thinner parts. There she is, right above me in a tree. But she vanishes. However, I don't need to follow her. Excuse me. Follow her, follow her.
Line
where'd
starts
it go?
with however.
Yeah.
However, I don't need to follow her. She doesn't have my stuff. I use the Mask of Wildlife hide-smell combo and add camouflage and sneak after I move a bit. This way, she will have a hard time finding me. I guess she detected me when I was killing the folksman and just kept her senses on me. That's the reason why Mask of Wildlife isn't enough. She's an alpha, after all. This Hynor, it has my spear and is sniffing for me. Too bad for you. I grab his head from behind and stab it into the side of his neck. He might not die outright, but with Assassinate, the damage was high, and he won't be able to do anything more. Also, that spot is easier to aim at than the throat, where there are no bones or cartilage in the way. I drop the dagger and take my spear, then I roll forward, since I'm sure that the Alpha won't let me do all of that without any form of retribution. I was right. I just avoided an arrow from a blind spot. Hey, this is one of mine. Did she just pick it up from somewhere? Too confusing to keep track, but she has my quiver at least, so I'll take it back. She may use Mask of Wildlife again, but I'm confident that I will win this game. I retreat to the point where I laid down my big trap and dig out some smoke bombs. I throw one right away since surely she's right behind me. I may not see anything either, but I use wild eyes. Trees, grass, bushes, and no critters or birds, but an alpha who just made the mistake of coming too close. Speed thrust! I stabbed something right through it, and it hardly stops my skill. I charge out of the smoke cloud. Yellow-green eyes somewhat wide in shock, the ears point to the sky, blood coming from her mouth. Her one little mistake of entering the crowd full of confidence in her superior senses, which brought her close enough for me to detect her. That single mistake. And now she's dead. Another bit of guilt is put on my shoulders, but she tried to kill me as well, so I'll live with it. It still doesn't feel as heavy as the Srac patriarch. She has my bow and quiver on her. She must have taken them from another mercenary. Well, it was an alpha quality short bow, and it's quite alpha to use your own weapon against you. So it fits. I take my stuff back, and now I look for my knife. You're the first unfortunate person right now, I tell a mercenary. He just tried to sneak up on me through the smoke cloud, but he couldn't mask his spirit. And Wild Eyes is active again. Tell me, do you have my knife? Excuse me. A strange noise. I jump to the side and look to see a knife being thrown at the point where I was standing. That's mine, bastard! And where is my backpack? The knife-throwing human comes from the smoke, wielding an axe. Assassinate! The damage was... Oh. Nope, that's not it. And he actually has my backpack on his back. Not that I'm complaining, but it isn't too convenient that I'm meeting all the people who have my stuff. But isn't it too convenient that I'm meeting all the people who have my stuff? There were already some mercenaries on the retreat, so why does this guy stick around with my backpack at all? could it be? I mean, I read about my luck stat every day, but so far I had never had a way to confirm if that stat was properly working. However, as Ranger has the best luck out of all my classes, this really could be the case. Never mind. Crossbow bolts are flying at me. I jump behind the nearest tree so that I won't end up a pincushion. The human with the axe does the unthinkable. He throws his axe. Next volley! So basically, I have a choice between hitting by an axe or bolts. That's what they think. Entangle! I let the tree I'm hiding behind lift me up once more. Now his axe will be stuck in the tree. And I can see how it curves and flies back into his hand instead. I know that non-heroes can learn skills as well, since Arasan mentioned it before, even if it's much harder for them than for heroes. But I hate it. Well, it's time to find out where those crossbow archers are. They'll take them out. Here up in the trees? Looks like it's becoming more complicated. Hynor, 3 of them, wielding knives in their mouths while nimbly moving across the branches on all 4s. They're running like large cats right now. Hynors are like the best of the animal kingdom united, I guess. Why are those guys even still attacking me when retreating would be the option that makes more sense? They also have the rest of my equipment, and the axe wielder just covered my knife as well. Doesn't matter. Entangle! First, make the footing of the Hynor unstable. They're trying to fight the branches back, quite successfully. I will have only a small time frame here. Another volley of crossbow fire, but I had already activated Mask of Wildlife. They can't even sense me anymore, so it's more like a bunch of blind shots. I was called a ghost before, and now, with my ranger training, I feel invincible inside these woods. None of my enhanced senses can catch any other mercenaries around here except for those fighting me. I guess they're the rear guard, buying time for the others to retreat. That may be the reason why this human has my stuff, to keep me here, instead of following the rest. I climb down the tree silently. The Hynors are where I was just now, trying to find my smell, which I'm hiding. My eyes are fixed on the human, who surely is a capable mercenary, someone who trained enough to be confident in his capabilities, someone who thinks he could fight me, an experienced hero, on equal terms. Maybe he's able to, but right now we're not fighting. I am hunting, and he's my prey. Okay, so this is...
The human.
He's just a human.
Rally around! Give him no chance to take us out individually.
The human makes some gestures. I'm sure it's some sign language they use, so his shouting is more about making the others look at him to see the real message. Better to end it quickly. I have Mask of Wildlife, but while it works at a distance, it becomes less reliable the closer I get to my prey. So I throw my spear, impaling the human and throwing him backward. He still swings his axe in panic, realizing that he's about to die. I take my bow, shoot him across the short distance, pick up the corpse, and run like hell. Bolts are shooting in my general direction, but it's a thick forest, and for some reason, even the Hynors don't follow me. Maybe they have had enough, or they know that following me within the woods would play right into my hands. Unloading the human axe wielder, I take a last look at him, his barely shaven face, and his big build. After another kill, my first human. But it doesn't feel different from killing Hynors, Folksman, Alfar, or Srak. Guess I'm no racist. Or would it be speciest? I yank out my spear, remove my backpack and knife from the corpse, and use Mask of Wildlife just to be sure. This is enough, I hope. It's not like I want to kill people. Now I need to escape before the mercenaries around here regroup or before the reinforcements arrive. I take out paper and coal and try to write clearly that I'm all right and will catch up with the girls, but they need to hurry. Everything went as planned, but at least it worked. I guess that's more than usual. And I think that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, so that was a fun action scene. Thanks for requesting this one. I had a lot of fun with it. And I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Again, the link to the Royal Road version of this, the only version, is in the description below in the YouTube.
Well, in fact, there's a French fan translation to it.
There's also a French translation, you said?
Fan translation. I'm not doing it. I can't speak French.
Gotcha. All right, so yeah, check it out, guys, if you enjoyed that. And Kevin, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks
And
for reading it, Jeff.
of course, it was my pleasure. And yeah, I don't know, if you keep requesting and people keep voting you in, I guess I'll be seeing you some more.
Nah, most likely not for the next time.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Kevin. And I'm gonna boot you out, and I'm gonna get Annie in here for
Yes.
our cringe theater. Have a good one, man. All right. So, Annie, you ready to do some cybering? All right. All right. So,
What's this?
I don't know. She came in here.
Have you ever seen that?
No, she has never hung out in my booth before.
Aww.
She's
Probably.
been harassing me all day about something. I don't know what it is.
Oh, honey.
So, do you want to hang out with these people while I set you up?
Sure.
Let's see. All right. Let me get the chat up. So you can see what they're saying. Now.
I wonder what it is.
Okay, I'm gonna grab your headphones.
Oh.
Oh wait, I'll just grab my ones. Move your butt, wow. What are you staring at?
The wall. Staring at the wall.
So I think Bonbon's watching.
Hello,
Durzo.
Bonbon. Hello, everybody who's watching. Is this the thing that's going to provide me with text?
No, I'm going to do that over here for you. Excuse me. My goodness. I'm making all these crazy noises.
I wonder what's up with Lau.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she's got the runs or something.
Oh.
That's my best guess.
Not a bad guess.
Okay, so maybe I need to do this instead so that I don't disrupt anything.
Horrible echo.
Horrible echo?
Yeah, I need to close this up. So go get it.
What?
You're on this one.
Oh, I didn't know that. Thought it was inside the booth. Okay.
And I forgot to make your text. One moment. Here it is.
Why does that echo bother you so much?
Because it makes my brain like implode, I think.
Okay.
Okay, so let's make sure this is all the way off.
All right.
So yeah, put on those.
Hello. Whoops, am I wearing the wrong ones? Yes. Yes, I am.
All right, guys.
Hello.
We are ready
Okay.
for some Blood Ninja. Now, this is cringe theater, everyone. So hide your wives, hide your husband. Because this is gonna get cray. Although it's pretty mild. It is relatively mild for a cringe theater, but just in case. You know, if you're easily offended by sexual activities and talk, then this will not be the Sound Booth Theater Live section for you. But we will have Armen Taylor in here at 6:30 to do some narrating of Barrow King by CM Carney. So be sure to come back around 6:30. Maybe give it like an extra 2 minutes in case we're still cybering at that point. Okay, so just to explain what Blood Ninja is, Blood Ninja was a total troll. Like, I don't know how long ago this was. Bon, are you in the chat with us? Can you tell us how old this stuff is? Anyway, he would go into chat places that, you know, people go to specifically to have cyber sex, and he trolled the fuck out of them. Circa 2002. Wow. This is real classic shit right here. When AOL Instant Messenger was the thing. Was a thing. What did I do with my tea?
Oh, I took it.
You stole my tea.
I've been drinking it. Sorry.
How dare you? My brain's gonna blow up. No!
Bonbon says, like, AOL Instant Messenger, IRC chat room, and Yahoo chat days forever ago. Couple fortnights, Kyle says. So yeah, this is old, but good. So we will start off. I will be Blood Ninja. And I'll tell you, sometimes he changes his name. Maybe because he created a reputation for himself pretty quick. And there's actually one that Annie wants to skip. So when we come to that, Annie, be sure to tell me.
Okay.
Okay. And I think, you know what I'm going to do?
You know, I think I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
I'm
Go
sorry.
to the bathroom first.
Okay.
All right. For now, we will, know what we'll do. That throws everything off. What? She should have gone like 5 minutes ago. Okay, so 2000 Sunsets and Sunrises. Wow, Tyler Lewis was still playing EverQuest. That's kind of crazy. Me and my friends used to quote the "I put on my wizard's hat" thing for months when we read that. Yeah, we need to figure out that echo thing. That is unfortunate.
Here we go.
That'll kill it.
Yeah, she was coming in through the other mic. Oh man, I can't wait for this, guys. This is gonna be so good. I'm sorry that you have to wait, but this is gonna be so good. Just have her yell from the bathroom. It'll add to the cringe. That's a good idea. I wish I'd thought of that before she went to the bathroom, because I'd be like, oh yeah, just take the script with you. We'll just keep going. She wouldn't be able to hear me though. Doop 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 doo. According to Know Your Meme 2002. So that was correct, Tyler Lewis. Thank you. Yeah, Blood Ninja coming up, guys. I swear. It's going to be really soon. There she is.
Okay. Sorry.
All right, she's back. All right. So we're just going to start. This is the Saga of Bloodninja. Okay, so when we do this, Annie, when it's your turn to speak, like for the first time in any of these chats, just tell us, start off by telling us your screen name.
Okay.
All right. Blood Ninja. I lick your earlobe and undo your watch.
Sarah, 19 FCA. Okay.
I take your pants off, grunting like a troll.
Yeah, I like it rough.
I smack you thick booty.
Oh yeah, that feels good.
Smack. Smack. Yeah. I make some toast and eat it off your ass. Land O'Lakes butter all in your crack. Mmm.
You like that?
I peel some bananas.
Oh, what are you going to do with those?
Get me peanuts. Peanuts from the ballpark.
Peanuts?
Ken Griffey Jr. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I'm spent. I jump down into the alley and smoke a fatty. I throw rocks at the cats.
This is stupid.
Stone Cold Steve Austin gives me some beer. Want to wrestle Stone Cold? Yeah.
Ignore.
It's cool, Stone Cold. It's cool, Stone Cold. She was a bitch anyway. We get on Harleys and ride into the sunset. All right, that's the first one. Blood Ninja.
I'm having trouble here. How do I scroll here?
Yeah, you got to use that mouse. Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I got it. Got it.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. You need it back?
Nope.
Okay.
Blood Ninja. Want a cyber?
Dirty Kate. Okay, but don't tell anybody. Who are you?
I got blonde hair, blue eyes. I work out a lot. And I have a part-time job delivering for Papa John's in my Geo Storm.
You sound sexy. I bet you want me in the back of your car.
Maybe some other time. You should call up Papa John's and make an order.
Okay. Hello. I'd like an extra large pizza just dripping with sauce.
Well, first they would say, hello, this is Papa John's. How may I help you? Then they tell you the specials, and then you would make your order. So that's an X large. What toppings do you want?
I want everything, baby.
Is this a delivery?
Yes. So, you're bringing the pizza to my house now? Because I'm home alone, and I think I'll take a shower.
Good. It will take about 15 minutes to cook, and then I'll drive to your house.
I'm almost finished with my shower. Hurry up.
You can't hurry good pizza. I'm on my way now, though.
So you're at my front door now.
How did you know? I knock, but you can't hear me because you're in the shower. So I let myself in and walk inside. I put the pizza down on your coffee table. Are you ready to get nasty, baby? I'm as hot as a pizza oven.
Oh, yeah. I step out of the shower and I'm all wet and cold. Warm me up, baby.
So you're still in the bathroom?
Yeah, I'm wrapping a towel around myself.
I can no longer resist the pizza. I open the box and unzip my pants with my other hand. As I penetrate the gooey cheese, I moan in ecstasy. The mushrooms and Italian sausage are rough, but the sauce is deliciously soothing. I blow my load in seconds. As you leave the bathroom, I exit through the front door.
What the fuck? You perverted piece of shit. Fuck.
Oh, this is so good. Okay, I need to get the chat back. Hold on. Steal. And I'll give that back to you. Got it?
Meow. There we go. There we go.
All right. Next one. Yeah, Blood Ninja, don't play that shit. Okay. Blood Ninja. Want a cyber?
Mommy Melissa. Sure. You into vegetables?
What, like gardening and shit?
Yeah, something like that.
Nothing turns me on more. Check this out. You bend over to harvest your radishes.
Is that it?
You water your tomato patch. Are you ready for my fresh produce?
I was thinking of like sexual acts involving vegetables. Can you make it a little more sexy for me?
I touch you on your lettuce. You massage my spinach. Sexily. I ride your buttocks like they were amber waves of grains.
Grain doesn't really turn me on. I was thinking more along the lines of carrots and zucchinis.
My zucchinis caresses your carrots. Damn, baby, you're right. This shit is hot. My turnips listen for the soft cry of your love. My insides turn to celery as I unleash my warm and sticky cauliflower of love.
What the fuck is this, Mad Libs? I'm out of here.
Yeah, well, I already unleashed my cauliflower all over your olives and up in your eyes. Now you can't see, bitch.
Whatever.
Okay. Blood Ninja. Baby, I've been having a tough night, so treat me nice, all right?
All right. Britney Spears, 14.
Slip out of those pants, baby, yeah.
I slip out of my pants just for you, Blood Ninja.
Oh yeah, I put on my robe and wizard hat.
Oh, I like to play dress up.
Me too, baby.
I kiss you softly on your chest.
I cast level 3 eroticism. You turn into a real beautiful woman.
Hey.
I meditate to regain my mana before casting level 8 Penis of the Infinite.
Funny, I still don't see it.
I spend my mana reserves to cast Mighty of the Beyondness.
You are the worst cyber partner ever. This is ridiculous.
Don't fuck with me, biznatch. I'm the mightiest sorcerer of the lands. I steal your soul and cast lightning level 1,000,000. Your body explodes into a fine bloody mist because you are only a level 2 druid.
Don't ever message me again, you piece.
Robots are trying to drill my brain, but my lightning shield inflicts DOA attack, leaving the robots as flaming piles of metal. King Arthur congratulates me for destroying Dr. Robotnik's evil army of robot socialist republics. The Cold War ends. Reagan steals my accomplishments and makes like it was because of him. You still there, baby? I think it's getting hard now. Baby? Blood Ninja. Okay, baby. We gotta hurry. I don't know how long I can keep it ready for you.
That's okay. Okay, I'm a Japanese schoolgirl. What are you?
A rhinoceros. Well, hung like one, that's for sure.
Okay, let's go. I put my hand through your hair and kiss you on the neck.
I stomp the ground and snort to alert you that you're in my breeding territory.
Okay. You don't turn. Oh, you know that turns me on. I start unbuttoning your shirt.
Rhinoceroses don't wear shirts.
No, you're not really a rhinoceros, silly. It's just part of the game.
Rhinoceroses don't play games. They fucking charge your ass.
Stop. Come on, be serious.
Doesn't get any more serious than a rhinoceros about to charge your ass. I stomp my feet. The dust stirs around my tough-skinned feet.
That's it.
Nostrils flaring, I lower my head. My horn, like some phallic symbol of my potent virility, is the last thing you see as skulls collide and mine remains the victor. You are now a bloody red ragdoll suspended in the air on my mighty horn. Fuck, am I hard now? Okay.
Britney Spears 14. Okay, are you ready?
All right, yeah, I'm ready.
I like your music, Teehee. Oh, by the way, Bloodninja is Eminem BN.
Yeah, Eminem Eminem BNJA.
Okay.
All right, yeah, I'm ready.
I like your music, Teehee.
Yeah, I make it for the ladies.
We like it a lot. Let me show you. I take off your pants slowly and massage your muscular physique.
Oh, I like that, baby. I put on my robe and wizard hat.
What the fuck? I told you not to message me again.
Oh, shit.
I swear, if you do it one more time, I'm gonna report your ISP and say you were sending me kitty porn, you F parentheses K up.
Oh, shit. Damn, I gotta write down your names or something. All right, you're next.
Sweet 17. Hi.
Bloodninja. Hello, who is this?
Just someone.
Someone I know?
Nope.
Then why the hell are you bothering me?
Well, sorry. I just wanted to chat with you.
Why?
Never mind, you're a jerk.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yes?
Look, I'm sorry. I'm just a little paranoid.
Yes.
Oh, paranoid.
I think this is the one I want to skip, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Pretty sure. Yep. So this is a long one. Okay. Holy shit, this one's long. Okay. So, well hung and sweetheart.
Okay. Well hung. Hello, sweetheart. What do you look like?
Sweetheart. I'm wearing a red silk blouse, a mini skirt, and high heels. I work out every day. I'm toned and perfect. My measurements are 36, 24, 36. What do you look like?
I'm 6'3" and about 280 pounds. I wear glasses and I have on a pair of blue sweatpants I just bought from Walmart. I'm also wearing a t-shirt with a few spots of barbecue sauce on it from dinner. It smells funny.
I want you. Would you like to screw me?
Okay.
We're in my bedroom. There's soft music on the stereo and candles on my dresser and night table. I'm looking up into your eyes, smiling. My hand works its way down your crotch and begins to fondle your huge, swelling bulge.
I'm gulping. I'm beginning to sweat.
I'm pulling up your shirt and kissing your chest.
Now I'm unbuttoning your blouse. My hands are trembling.
I'm moaning softly.
I'm taking hold of your blouse and sliding it off slowly.
I'm throwing my head back in pleasure. The cool silk slides off my warm skin. I'm rubbing your bulge faster, pulling and rubbing.
My hand suddenly jerks spastically and accidentally rips a hole in your blouse. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It wasn't really too expensive.
I'll pay for it.
Don't worry about it. I'm wearing a lacy black bra. My soft breasts are rising and falling as I breathe harder and harder.
I'm fumbling with the clasp on your bra. I think it's stuck. Do you have any scissors?
I take your hand and kiss it softly. I'm reaching back, undoing the clasp. The bra slides off my body. The air caresses my breasts. My nipples are erect for you.
How did you do that? I'm picking up the bra and inspecting the clasp.
I'm arching my back. Oh, baby, I just want to feel your tongue all over me.
I'm dropping the bra. Now I'm licking your, breasts. They're neat.
I'm running my fingers through your hair. Now I'm nibbling your ear.
I suddenly sneeze. Your breasts are covered with spit and phlegm.
What?
I'm so sorry, really.
I'm wiping your phlegm off of my breasts with the remains of my blouse.
I'm taking the sopping wet blouse from you. I drop it with a plop.
Okay. I'm pulling your sweatpants down and rubbing your hard tool.
I'm screaming like a woman. Your hands are cold. Yee!
I'm pulling up my miniskirt. I take off my panties.
I'm pulling off your panties. My tongue is going all over, in and out, nibbling on you. Wait a minute.
What's the matter?
I've got a pubic hair caught in my throat. I'm choking.
Are you okay?
I'm having a coughing fit. I'm turning all red.
Can I help?
I'm running to the kitchen, choking wildly. I'm fumbling through the cabinets, looking for a cup. Where do you keep your cups?
In the cabinet to the right of the sink.
I'm drinking a cup of water. There, that's better.
Come back to me, lover.
I'm washing the cup now.
I'm on the bed, arching for you.
I'm drying the cup. Now I'm putting it back in the cabinet. And now I'm walking back to the bedroom. Wait, it's dark. I'm lost. Where's the bedroom?
Last door on the left at the end of the hall.
I found it.
I'm tugging off your pants. I'm moaning. I want you so badly.
Me too.
Your pants are off. I'm kissing you passionately, our naked bodies pressing against each other.
Your face is pushing my glasses into my face. It hurts.
Why don't you take off your glasses?
Okay, but I can't see very well without them. I place the glasses on the night table.
I'm bending over the bed. Give it to me, baby.
I have to pee. I'm fumbling my way blindly across the room and toward the bathroom.
Hurry back, lover.
I find the bathroom and it's dark. I'm feeling around for the toilet. I lift the lid.
I'm waiting eagerly for your return.
I'm done going. I'm feeling around for the flush handle, but I can't find it. Uh-oh.
What's the matter now?
I've realized that I've peed into your laundry hamper. Sorry again. I'm walking back to the bedroom now, blindly feeling my way.
Yes. Come on.
Okay. Now I'm going to put my, thing in your, woman's thing.
Yes. Do it, baby. Do it.
I'm touching your smooth butt. It feels so nice. I kiss your neck. I'm having a little trouble here.
I'm moving my ass back and forth, moaning. I can't stand it another second. Slide in. Screw me now.
I'm flaccid.
What?
I'm limp. I can't sustain an erection.
I'm standing up and turning around, an incredulous look on my face.
I'm shrugging with a sad look on my face, my wiener all floppy. I'm going to get my glasses and see what's wrong.
No, never mind. I'm getting dressed. I'm putting on my underwear. Now I'm putting on my wet, nasty blouse.
No, wait. Now I'm squinting, trying to find the night table. I'm feeling along the dresser, knocking over cans of hairspray, picture frames, and your candles.
I'm buttoning my blouse. I'm putting on my shoes.
I found my glasses. I'm putting them on. My God! One of our candles fell on the curtain. The curtain is on fire. I'm pointing at it, a shocked look on my face.
Go to hell. I'm logging off, you loser.
Now the carpet is on fire. Oh no! Okay. IF. You ready yet? I'm bearing to go.
Sexy Carla, 17. Yeah, I'm slipping out of my clothes right now. What do you look like?
A Kodiak bear.
Question mark.
I'm soft, naked, fuzzy, and waiting for you to come mount me.
Oh, I love cute fuzzy bears. I walk up and get on top of you, stroking your soft hair, kissing you gently as I move my way down your stomach.
I growl to warn you my cubs are near.
Huh?
Bears get fucking pumped when anyone is near their cubs.
Yeah. Don't be silly. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I love how you growl. I get gnat in my fucking eye. I love how you growl as I continue to kiss you while taking off your pants.
Bears don't wear pants, and you should cover yourself in honey now.
You would love to lick that off me, huh? I pour honey all over my warm, wet body, waiting for you to start licking it off me slowly.
I sniff the air to see where the sweet scent of the honey is coming from, while slowly snorting and walking towards you. I growl again and start to bite you.
Yeah, that feels good. Oh, not too hard now.
I bite harder, peeling flesh from your stomach, and look up into your eyes to show you my mouth dripping with your warm blood mixed with the honey. I then let my cubs rip apart your limbs and play with you like a rag doll.
What the fuck?
And I'm spent. IF. My shit is hard. You ready to jump aboard?
Oh yeah, I'm so wet right now.
Wait, one hottie?
Oh, I hot Yeve. IHO0TT. Yeah, they.
I think one hottie Eve.
Oh yeah, one
Yeah.
hottie Eve.
Yeah.
One hottie Eve. Oh yeah, I'm so wet right now.
Why? You just shower?
No, I'm wet for you.
Did you ever play with super soakers when you were a kid? Or that gator shit you would dive and slide down, then there was that badass pool at the end of it?
The fuck are you talking about? You want a cyber or not?
I do. Sorry. I just didn't know why you were wet. Then you say you're wet for me, and I'm thinking I didn't even throw water on you. I'm sorry. Let's continue.
All right then. I walk over to you and start kissing your neck and chest.
I pop like 16 boners.
What the fuck?
What? Okay, so this one is Naven, we are reading Bloodninja, the Saga of Bloodninja. This is cringe theater. Okay. All right, so this one's a dude. Partner 6. So you're really an 18-year-old girl, right?
Yeah. J-Dog. Yeah, J for Julie.
So what's with the dog?
It's because I'm into Latina gangs and shit, you know? Rolling with the homies and shit.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So you ever seen a gun?
Yeah, like, I got 6 guns.
That's cool. So you want to see my gun?
Of course, baby.
I pull off my pants and show you my gun.
Oh, it's so big.
Yeah? What you want to do?
I guess stroke it or something.
It likes that.
I
Keep talking to me, baby.
kiss you on the mouth, hard, but then gently.
Daddy-like.
I unzip my pants.
Yes, show me what you got.
I pull out my schlong and rub it on your I pull out my schlong and rub it on your breasts.
What the fuck?
Oh shit, I meant your schlong. Your schlong.
I've had it with you queers trying to cyber me. I only fuck women.
Shit! Just don't shoot me, man. I wasn't serious about the guns I have. I'm unarmed.
You dipshit.
I whimper to myself. Please don't shoot me, mister.
Cringe achieved. Okay. Partner 8.
I think we just read that backwards.
No. What happened was I was supposed to be both partner 6 and J-Dog. Because J-Dog is Blood Ninja.
Right.
So he was pretending to be a girl, but
Oh, right. But that's what I meant. Like we had the roles we had the roles wrong, right?
no, because partner 6 is a dude too.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I was just being J-Dog there. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay. J-Dog. I see you in line at the supermarket. Our eyes meet.
Partner 8. Who the fuck are you?
I mouth the words to you as if in slow motion. Fuck me. Fuck me. My wishes are like poetry in your eyes. We want this moment to last forever.
OMFG, are you trying to cyber me?
We are like two dancers for whom the music never stops. I kiss the top of your hand. You are taken aback by the bulge that forms in your thigh.
Is that like cancer?
If cancer is our love, then I hope you don't have the technology of chemotherapy.
Good one, Romeo.
You grab the bulge that you feel. You think it must be taking over your mind. There's nothing else you can think of. My tube steak to you is like a beautiful Japanese haiku. The salmon swim at night towards your room. The snow and the moon.
That was never a haiku.
To your light bulb, I am the Thomas Edison of your sex. Without my light, you would be lost in a sea of darkness.
That made even less sense than your haiku.
So you ready to fuck then?
You unbutton my pants. Spew your load at the side of my underwear, and you're spent. What?
I'm spent. J-Dog. Hey.
Hey. Oh, QT pie. Hey.
What's going on?
Nothing. Who are you?
J-Dog. Want a cyber?
What does that mean?
What are you wearing?
T-shirt? Jeans?
Garter belt?
No.
Are we gonna cyber or not?
Okay.
Sweet. I start by rubbing your ass all around. You love this. You're wet already. I can smell your pussy stink from here.
What?
I execute standing position 12 from the Kama Sutra. Passion fills the room. Your head is close to the ceiling fan. You leave everything to J-Dog. I'm completely inside of you. You are my dick puppet. I put on a little play.
This is weird. I should go.
I drop you on the ground and lay a stripe down your back.
A stripe?
I need a sandwich.
You're a freak.
I was great. You loved it.
Okay, and that's it, guys. That was the Saga of Bloodninja. So thank you for cringing through that. And now it is time.
Bye, guys.
Oh,
Goodbye.
bye-bye. Thank you for being my cyber partner. And
Yeah.
actually, I might call you back if.
What?
Oh God! I might call you back. Oh jeez.
Oh, okay.
I might call you back if there's a female in oh jeez, I can't
do that. Echo. All right, so now I have to send this. Oh God, damn it! I have to send the link to Chris, Carney, Armen, Taylor. There we go. All right, and I'm gonna go shut this one off real quick,
Or at least mute it. So it's
done. All right, so they should be joining us shortly. Yeah, I loved that Blood Ninja stuff. I don't know how much of that stuff there is out there.
or at least mute it. So it's
Oh, I'm hearing somebody. Is this Chris?
Yep.
What's up,
Oh,
Mr.
yeah,
C.M. Carney?
Less noisy.
all right. So
Yes.
joining us shortly.
Okay, so it sounds like you have the YouTube video still playing. So if you can just mute that real quick.
Okay, how's that?
Good. All right. Well, how you been today, sir?
Good, man. Came in and was like, what is this thing?
Hello,
Hey,
everybody.
Armen. What's up?
Hey, how's it going, Jeff?
Hey,
Listen to that deep narrator voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris.
good.
Nice to officially see you.
you too, man.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Highly entertained.
I was like, what is this thing I'm coming into here?
Have you been watching the stream?
For about 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was very confused because I didn't come in at the beginning, so I got no explanation. I was like,
Yeah.
huh?
Chris messages me. He's like, "What are we watching?" I was like, "Nothing. Why? What are we watching?" He's like, "Turn on the thing." I was like, "Oh, dick
That was
puppet, eh?"
the Saga of Bloodninja. The link to that is in the description of the YouTube video, by the way. If you guys, there was one more conversation that went over the line for Annie, so she didn't want to do that one. I recommend it.
Well, I'm glad to know there's a line out there somewhere in the in that.
Okay, so this one's no longer cringe theater. Is it? Is this one
No,
cringe
there's
theater?
no cringing.
No,
in this.
okay. There's no cringe in this. So it's safe. So you can bring your wife and your kids back around if you want to. Yeah, so Chris, tell us a little bit about your book. I think that I read it for you before on one of
Yes.
the other requests.
Yeah,
There you
some of the same characters are in this scene, but it's a different one from the one you did last time. The book's called Barrow King. It's the first in the Realms, which I conceived of as a 12-book series, so I'm apparently stuck writing for 10 more books. Yeah. And not too quickly, or not too long after it got published, I was looking for a narrator and found Mr. Armen here by listening to Viridian Gate.
Of course.
Yep. And strangely, I also realized more recently that I stole James Hunter's cover artist as well. So
Oh, really?
I wasn't really planning. I sort of realized it after. I'm like, wait a minute, I used his narrator and his cover guy. I'm like, oops. But or cover girl. So yeah. But
Are you
more of an epic LitRPG versus straight up, guys going into a game. It's kind of a guy who doesn't really know anything about games. He's got a past of actual, like we'll say, spy intrigue kind of stuff. So I kind of thought that'd be an interesting take because a lot of guys were doing nerdy guy goes in the game, becomes a badass. I figured take a guy who already was one, put him in a game where he's kind of confused on what the hell's going on and has to learn how to do it. But
Okay.
real world skills kind of translate into it. But he also has to kind of figure out what's going on in this new universe, essentially. So this is a bit of a dungeon dive kind of one, considering it all takes place in a dungeon. The clip I picked
Classic.
is some humor and all that.
Nice. So are you going to be at Dragon Con?
Unfortunately, this year, no.
Okay. I was about to say because I could set up a fight between you and James Hunter. Like he can be there.
I've actually met him in person. He's much bigger than me, so I'm pretty sure he'd win. And I think he said something about fighting pirates when he was in the Marines. So
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
sure
So
that,
he knows some tricks.
yeah.
Are there any? Okay, so are there any females in this scene? By the way?
This scene, no.
Okay. All right.
And you could read the demon character or the imp in female
Nice.
voice review.
It's fun. It's fun. Okay, so Armen,
Yes, sir.
Thanks again for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me. This is fun.
And could you please give us a little rundown of your experience with this book and with other lit RPG that you've done in the past?
Yeah, sure. My first lit RPG was Viridian Gate with James Hunter, who had brought me on to do the Mudman Chronicles like months before, or maybe a year before. And then he reached out to me. He's like, "Hey, I'm doing this new thing. It's kind of a new genre. Do you want to do the book for me?" I was like, "Sure, I'd love to." And did that, and then I guess people liked it. So I've gotten to do some more through him, and then that's how I met Chris. Chris reached out to me a few months ago, and it's fun. You know, it's a fun, because I am a casual gamer myself, and it's fun to see. You know, one of the things that appeals about lit RPG in general is as a modern day audience, you read something like Lord of the Rings, which is amazing, but there are some cultural things where you're like, but no one sacrifices themselves to hold a bridge anymore. You know, that's not, if you can do something over here instead. And so it's fun with lit RPG to be in that fantasy realm and then get to comment on it like we do now, like when playing a game or something. So yeah, it's fun. And this book in particular was a cool, that different twist. You're right. It's the badass who's suddenly going, wait, I'm in a video game? What? And having to figure that out. And there's some great characters in here, and it's a cool world to get to explore. Yeah.
Brilliant. So yeah, glad to have you on, man. I've been seeing your name around in the lit RPG world, and you're doing a great job as far as I can tell.
Likewise with your name.
Thank you.
Both counts.
So, Chris, can you give us a quick rundown of the scene and some direction for the characters I'm playing?
Okay. The scene is kind of in the middle of the book. It's action. It basically leads up to a pretty heavy action scene. This one doesn't have any real spoilers for the rest of the book, which is kind of why I chose it, but it also has a good range of characters. One of the reasons I chose this one is because there's a character called Dirge, who is sort of a little toss-in side character that when Armen and I were going back and forth on the voice, he basically has requested that the guy come back, which I think I have a way of doing it because he might not survive the book. But he is sort of a pseudo, you're not sure about his sexuality. He likes to mess with people and any advantage he can get. So he kind of flirts with the main character in this scene, who is Griff, who's the spy guy who is attempting to figure out what's going on in the game. Another character is called Alvrim or Ovrim, depending on which day I decide to pronounce it. And he is kind of a Jedi Knight kind of guy, for lack of to make it simple. He's, wise, calm, serene. Wick is a gnome who Armen and I kind of tossed around, and he's doing a Irish accent for him. A little bit spazzy, a little bit easily frustrated, I would say. And then Zeg is an imp who's basically a pain in the ass and talks in a Yoda kind of like manner if Yoda was a perv. So.
Okay, so Avram is the Jedi Knight character.
Yeah,
basically. Zeg is the imp, and then who was it? That's the
Wick.
Wick. Okay,
is the gnome, and Griff is the main character.
Okay,
Dirge is like the bad guy in this scene. He's not the main bad guy, but he's the bad guy in this scene.
Okay, so how about can we just have Armen do Dirge and Griff? Because it actually says in your notes that Griff has like this Kevin Conroy sound to it, and
yeah.
I really
I can't remember if I said that to him or if he just came back with that, and that was the first thing I thought of. But Kevin Conroy as Batman in the Justice League animated series is kind of exactly what I was going for, and I don't know if I think you did it on your own. I just said, "Oh, that's awesome."
Yeah, I think I sent like 3 versions. I was like, he can sound like this, or this, and you're like, nah, middle one. I like that.
That Kevin Conroy guy one.
Yep. All right. So how about that? You take care of those 2 characters. I'll take care of the rest of these smaller ones.
Sure.
All right.
Good.
So let's get this started.
Let's do it.
So, okay. Hello, Dirge.
Ovram said, only mildly surprised.
Long time.
The man named Dirge emerged from the shadows. He was wiry, but held a deadly grace that Griff had seen in many men. A grace that not only suggested an ability for deadly violence, but a love of it. He was nearly a head shorter than both Griff and Ovram, with a shaggy mop of unkempt hair surrounding a dark-skinned face. Ice blue eyes pierced the distance between them like a laser. A thin scar traced down his left cheek from jaw to cheekbone. As he eyeballed the tall Zaidai, the man known as Dirge traced the scar with an idle thumb, almost as if he wasn't aware he was doing it. Griff saw Ovram tense and knew that the warrior monk had been the one to give Dirge the scar. Griff got ready for action, as this encounter was unlikely to go any better than that one.
Been wondering these last few months if you were still alive,
Dirge said, as he picked at his fingernails with a wickedly sharp dagger.
But part of me knew you were still around. Part of me knew all I had to do was wait for the sign. I didn't know the sign would be such a little prick.
No squeeze, Zeg, fat hairy thing.
Was that supposed to be Zeg?
That was
it.
Zeg.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
A heavy man emerged from the shadows, his sausage fingers clasped around Zeg's thin neck. When Zeg saw them, it grinned. In anger or joy, Griff could not tell.
Stupid, blue-haired midget. See what trouble get Zeg into? Of course.
Wick grumbled, gripping his staff harder.
I bet you didn't even try to keep your mouth shut. Fat hands want crush Zeg's neck. Zeg like neck just fine. No want crushed. Zeg tell thin, ugly Scarface what want no. Zeg's neck stay no crushed.
Griff felt the tension rise as Zeg laid out insults without care of consequence.
We have somewhere we need to be,
Ovram said in a steady voice, his eyes never leaving Dirge's.
At first I wondered what would bring you back down here,
Dirge said. Then his voice changed to a mockery of Zeg's.
Pretty lady needs save,
Dirge squeaked, before the strain of the tone caused him to cough and clear his throat.
Damn, how do you talk like that?
Dirge said, glancing at Zeg.
Sound nothing like Zeg.
Zeg pouted. Dirge chuckled to himself at the imp's irritation, but then brought his focus to Griff.
You are new to the neighborhood, aren't you? How are you liking the accommodations?
Griff said nothing.
Ooh, the strong silent type, my favorite. So, what's your name, sugar?
Griff, and I have no quarrel with you. Dirge walked up to Griff, running a thin hand along Griff's chest, and then down his arm and along his back. It was all Griff could do not to flinch at the man's predatory attention. This Dirge was skilled in the art of psychological warfare. He was trying to make Griff uncomfortable. After a moment, sensing that Griff was no easy target, Dirge gave up on the tactic.
You're the one who stirred up this hornet's nest, aren't you? The vermin and the dead have been all aflutter these last few days. That's when you arrived, isn't it? What makes you so interesting?
Nothing. I've been here for weeks, Griff said. So if you could point the way to the exit, I'll gladly get out of your hair. Dirge laughed, what seemed to be a genuine laugh.
Amusing and attractive,
Dirge said, taking Griff's chin in his hand. Griff did his best not to flinch and stared back into the man's eyes.
But I do not think so. You're new to the Barrow. Your eyes don't have that sunken desperation the rest of ours do. You still think there's a way out, don't you?
There's always a way out, Griff said. You just have to do what is necessary to find it.
Ah, you may be right, my tall friend. And just what will you do to find it, huh? Griff felt an odd twinge in his mind as Dirge stared at him. Without thinking, he cast Mind Shield. Dirge jumped as the shell snapped around Griff's mind. Well, that was rude, Dirge said. But there are other ways of seeing truths. Dirge studied Griff's face, twirling his knife almost casually as he did. Griff stared back with an unflinching gaze. He'd faced more skilled interrogators in his day. After a few moments, Dirge understood he would get nothing from Griff and chuckled slightly. Oh, I wouldn't trust this one, Ovi. He has the look of a man who will stop at nothing to achieve his goals. Even if that means tossing you and the wee Mohawk boy aside like last week's fling.
Water.
Wick glowered at the comment, even as Zeg chuckled at the insult. Dirge looked down on Wick. This one's yours, if I'm not mistaken. Wick said nothing. A gnome thonic summoner. I'm sure that went over well with the family.
Wick tensed and gripped his staff tighter. Ovrim extended a hand to the gnome's shoulder, warning him with a calm grip. Dirge's hand whipped up to Ovrim's neck, and a small bead of blood pulsed from the Zidai's jugular. Griff tensed, ready to move, but with a last motion, Ovrim warned Griff off. A moment later, he collapsed to one knee and then fell onto his side, muscles knotted in paralysis.
That was a long time coming,
Dirge said, with a satisfied sigh. Griff walked to his fallen friend and felt for a pulse. Ovrim's heart was beating at a normal rate, and the Zidai's eyes were alert. What did you do to him?
Oh, a little gift,
Dirge said, holding the index finger up. A thin needle protruded from a thimble-like apparatus on his right hand.
He'll be fine in a few hours.
The rogue moved his hands with a flourish, and the thimble disappeared somewhere in the folds of his clothing. Dirge kneeled down and traced a line on Ovrim's face, as if willing a matching scar to appear on the monk's face.
Did Olvi here tell you about me? We used to be the best of pals, and thick as thieves, as the saying goes, which was proper because we are, all of us, thieves.
Dirge stood and spread his hands around his assembled men.
We were brothers in blood. Oh, it broke my heart when I learned he no longer wanted to be buddies. I tried to talk some sense into him, but he wouldn't have any of it. Oh, even left me with a parting gift.
Dirge rubbed the scar on his cheek with the thumb of his right hand. I'm afraid he didn't mention you, Griff said, causing the wiry man to pause. Dirge did a good job of hiding his irritation, but Griff saw it still. Dirge smiled and turned away.
No? Too bad. We had some good times, Ovi and I. But enough reminiscing about old times. What can I do for you, my new strapping friend?
I want an alliance. Griff noticed that several of the men lurking around the cavern were eyeballing Ovrim in a way that suggested they didn't quite approve of Dirge or his methods. With the Grey Company.
Ah, interesting. To what end?
I already told you. I'm leaving the Barrow. Dirge laughed again.
I think he just insulted us, boys. Apparently, without the great and wonderful Griff, we're too weak and stupid to figure a way out. Now that he's here, things will be just grand. Soon we'll be having garden parties and singing songs and frolicking through the trees.
Forced laughter spread through the assembled men,
And Griff knew that every one of them pictured that very thing in their minds right now. Dirge didn't have quite the control over his men as he thought. I'm leaving the Barrow, but I need your help. Okay, I like riddles and games. How? We're going to kill the Barrow King. A silence descended upon the room as the audacity of the idea wormed its way into every mind present. Even Dirge looked taken aback for a moment, but then, like a practiced actor getting into character, the thief smiled once more. Good plan, with just one minor issue. You know the Barrow King is already dead, right? Doesn't mean he cannot be killed, if the Grey Company will help. Several of the assembled men exchanged glances. It was clear to Griff that while they still had their lives in the Barrow, they all knew that they were prisoners. For men like these, that had to be the worst torture. Dirge must have sensed the tide in the room and was desperate to return the status quo. It isn't so bad here. Our little corner of the Barrow is quite nice. It's easily defensible, has plenty of water, a farm. Sure, it's a fungus and root vegetable farm, but still fresh food, huh? Oh, we even have our own tavern, courtesy of Runeveld over there. Dirge indicated the burly, sausage-fingered man clutching Zeg. Runeveld grinned at the praise. Zeg took that moment to kick the brute in his stomach, a motion that earned an annoyed glance from the large Ordonian. No offense to Runeveld and his fine fungus brew, but what I'm offering is a chance at life again. It won't be easy. Some of us may not survive, but at least we'll retain some control over our lives. A pulse of anger surged through Dirge as the Egyptian sensed the tone of the room turn. He sidled up to Griff, whispering in his ear, "What's your game, friend?" "No game," Griff whispered back, staring directly down into the thief's blue eyes. "All I want to do is get out. I have somewhere to be." Griff leaned in close, lowering his voice. "And I know what happened between you and Ovrim. I know the truth." Panic surged into Dirge's eyes, and Griff knew that Dirge's grip on the Grey Company was tenuous. After a long moment where Griff could feel Dirge's thoughts testing his mental defenses, Dirge finally grinned. "You know, maybe you are onto something." He turned back to his fellows and opened his eyes wide. "What say you, fellas? Feel like getting out of here, huh?" A lukewarm cheer rose among the men, and many of them gripped their weapons, ready for action. "I just have one condition," Dirge said, "and it is non-negotiable." "Name it." "This one stays behind, locked up and left." Dirge nudged Ovrim with a toe. A small grunt came from the Zydai's mouth, and his eyes locked onto Griff's. "He betrayed the code. None of us will fight alongside him." Every man of the Grey Company nodded in agreement. Whatever this code was, it apparently held sway over these men. Griff wished that Ovrim had told him the truth of his banishment, but if Dirge's moment of panic was any clue, then it was likely Dirge had been the one to betray this code. Griff inhaled deeply and pretended to be deep in thought. After a moment, he turned to Dirge. "Fine by me," Griff said in his most casual tone. Dirge smiled. Wick reacted a little worse.
"You bastard! He got us down here, and you're just gonna leave him to this psycho?"
Dirge turned on the gnome. "You want to join him? Huh? The well has enough room for 2 if you don't move around too much.
Wick's eyes went wide in panic. We need him, Griff said. I've seen the things he can do. Dirge thought for a moment, and then waved his hand idly.
Fine, but keep him under control, or my next sting will be for him.
Dirge nodded his head towards Ovrim, and one of the larger men hefted the fallen Zaidai onto his shoulder. Without another word, Dirge exited the room. Some of his men filed out after him. Others eyed Griff and Wick warily, waiting for them to leave. Wick glared anger at Griff before leaving.
Scene.
Done.
Done. Fuck yeah, guys. So thank you so much for coming and hanging out.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, that was
For me.
awesome.
The
Makes sense to
guys
have him
want to
on
read,
one.
Jeff.
Oh, I see. I just kind of assumed, oh, well, this is the main character. Well, you had so many characters in it. I was like, oh, there's probably going to be spread out, but it's fine. It doesn't matter. I wanted you guys to come on to showcase your stuff. So me getting to do those little cartoony voices was just fine for me. But yeah, so if you guys liked what you heard, I really think that Armen's voice, like the really dark, deep, slow delivery, feels really appropriate with what this book actually kind of seems like. You know, it's got that dungeon feel. So
Thank you.
I agree.
thanks so much, you guys. And the link to the audiobook, it's already out on Audible right now. The link to the audiobook is in the description of the video. And yeah, that's our show for tonight. So again, thank you guys for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Jeff.
Of course. And
Officially there, Armen.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Thank you all the authors and other people who requested things for today, especially Bonnie. Thank you for requesting Bloodninja. That was amazing. Thank you guys for
I am a changed man.
Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us and talking to us in the chat. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Sound Booth Theater Live, if you enjoyed this show, and share it, like it. You know, anything that you can do to help support us would be appreciated. So we're signing off. Thank you guys again.